Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and greetings. How are you, listeners or viewers? Today, I want to tell you about a scary experience that happened in the East Coast state. Want to know which state? Continue watching this video until the end. Without wasting time, let's continue the scary story in the East Coast state that I told you a moment ago. This story was shared by a Grab driver. It was said, this route is said to have been taken by Ishak in Bukit Bork, Dungun, Terengganu in the mysterious incident. As a rental car driver, Ishak Harun, 65, has extensive experience with the ins and outs of the road, especially in Terengganu. The man who lives in the town of Packer, Dungun, has experience sending many customers as far as the Besut district with his rental car before slowing down his career a few years ago due to age and health factors. Talking about his experience, the scary incident he experienced while giving a ride to a woman in Bukit Bork, Dungun in the 1990s is still unforgettable. Mentioning Bukit Bork, the local community often labels it as a creepy and mysterious location and supposedly has a settlement of goblins. It so happens that before it was upgraded in 2014, the road that was one of the main routes to the East Coast before the existence of the East Coast Highway 2, LPT2, was quite narrow, had sharp bends and was dark, often causing fatal accidents, he told Panorama recently. Ishak admitted that at first he did not believe the claims until his perception changed after experiencing it himself in the 1990s. Ishak said, at that time I was on my way home in Packer after dropping off passengers to Kampung Kuala Abang, Dungun. As soon as I crossed the road at Bukit Bork, a young woman with long hair and a baju kurung waved to stop my rental car, he said. Ishak said that at first he did not want to wait since it was already 1 a.m., but he still stopped the vehicle. The woman, who was in her 20s, begged me to help take her back to her parents' house, which is located in a village not far from the area. She tearfully claimed that she had experienced difficulties and had lost her personal belongings, including a bag of money. I, who couldn't bring myself to do it, invited her into the rental car and promised to send her home without charging her any money, he said. Ishak added that even though his heart was racing to find out more, the woman only told him her name before remaining silent in the back passenger seat throughout the journey. Although the woman's baju kurung was quite wrinkled, her body odor made him feel uneasy that the woman was actually a ghost. Not long after, the rental car I was driving arrived at the destination, and she managed to show him her parents' house, which was located on the side of the road, before saying thank you and leaving, he said. The days continued to pass. Ishak's fortune continued to pour in after that by accepting many passengers, especially for long-distance trips. Even so, he was still not happy and determined to visit the house the woman showed him that night to find out the real story. A few weeks later, I was greeted upon arrival by a married couple who acknowledged that they were the woman's parents. Both of them were shocked, and the elderly woman even burst into tears when she heard my story. In a completely different situation, the couple told me that the woman who had been in my rental car had actually died in a road accident in Bukit Bork about a month before I met her soulmate, he said. Hearing the explanation, Ishak was shocked and asked several times to be sure before being shown the woman's grave, which was buried in a Muslim cemetery not far from his house. I had a fever for a few days after that. Although I'm not sure what the wisdom behind the incident was, since that day, I've been listening to the Quran more often, especially when driving a rental car at night, rather than turning on the radio to listen to my favorite songs. That's a little bit of a horror story that happened. How fun! Thank you for watching me on this video. You can comment to give me suggestions and support. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Remember, viewers and listeners, this is all just entertainment. Don't be too obsessed. Bye.